This paper that I printed this on, so scrapbook paper. I thought I'd keep it fun. Some of it's very fun. If you want a different color, I have some that say pat a cake on them. Some have baby stuff on them. Back when I had babies. Some say peekaboo. Sure. What color would you like? You could look through this and pick your own. Take two. They're small. Yeah, if you want a different color because you want to be able to see it better, more than welcome to. All right. You ready? You guys ready? Yeah. We're going to be doing some editing of Wikipedia here. All right. My name is Susan Gerbeck. Woo! We're going to learn to change the world, all right? Okay, Wikipedia. Whoa! All right, so start your tweeting. Tell people that you're out to rule the world. I am Susan Gerbeck. This is the GSoW, Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia project. Remind me, I will tell you what this says when we're done, if you haven't figured it out already. So, what you're looking at right now is listening to Wikipedia. You can bookmark this on your own laptop if you want, or it's called HatNote, or listen to Wikipedia. Tim Farley gave this to me years ago, and a lot of my editors love using this. They think it's the most fun thing in the world. It's very mellow. The sounds as they change is how the Wikipedia pages are being edited right now, this second. If you made yourself a Wikipedia account right now, this second, it would pop up on the screen saying that you have just made an account. And it would have your username, but you don't have to. I'm just saying that that's what would happen. Maybe the day you decide to make a Wikipedia account, you can screenshot it as it appears on there, and that'd be really cool. This is a Wikipedia edits being made right now, and this is part of what you're going to go through is GSoW training 1.0 or something like that. This is the easy edits that we make on Wikipedia when we're training. I guess I could take this off and stop holding the darn thing. These are the easy edits, the fun edits. You will be making edits, right? We edit Wikipedia just like every. Hi, Bruce. Come on in. Get a flyer. Log on to the internet. We make edits just like any other Wikipedia editor. We are not out to vandalize. We're not out to do anything at all that is wrong of any kind. But what we're trying to do is we have a different mindset. And this is because I didn't know any better, so I invented some things that, I didn't invent, but I kind of took advantage of some things that we found that we could do. And just other editors kind of suggest things as well. And it's like, wow, we can do that? Okay, let's do that. So I have a few lessons, and some of the lessons, my Wikipedia editors and the GSoW project, which you do not have to join, are the ones you're going to see in front of you. This lesson you're seeing is one of my lessons. You have to log on to HatNote, and you have to look at it and check it out. Our training is not hard. The reason why I have you do this, Tim, as I said, Tim gave me this to do, I'm pretty sure, is because I want you to understand that you are part of a team of people in the world, not just the GSoW team, which is about 100 editors, but the world. And we're out to improve Wikipedia all over the world, and every edit makes a difference. Yes, sir?
I see all the new members joining, but are these names of pages or...
Pages that are being changed right now.
Those are page names?
Yeah, these are page names. If you were to click on them, you would find that they are, I gotta be careful not to click on a link when I page down here. You can see down here recent changes. You can see all the people the pages that are being edited right this moment. The size of the circle is the size of the edits that's being done. Added pages to, content to, or content off. So, we got 90 minutes. Here we go. First thing we want to do, now let's see if this works. I'm going to go to my little handy dandy thing. You guys can look at my screen, right? Okay, great. And you can, if you look ahead, if you're quick, Tim Farley and I wanted to do an edit-a-thon for years. We absolutely love the idea of doing this, but I have learned from training, I handle all the English training on the GSoW project, by the way, that we've learned that the first edits you make are the most intimidating, and most people won't join the project because this is the scariest part. So we're going to get past that right now. And I need you guys all to help me out editing Wikipedia, whether you join the project or not. We need to do this. We're trying to get beyond the choir. So I'm going to show you two examples. Here's the first example. This comes up yet. This is a friend of mine, Yaman Chan. I don't know if you guys know who this is.
Survivor.
Survivor, yeah. We're trying to make sure that our community, the skeptical community, is well represented on the Wikipedia, so that when people go to, well, we have many projects, but one of the things is when somebody is on the internet and they're looking at this man's page, who's a major table tennis expert, maybe you're into table tennis, or maybe you're into the Survivor series. This guy was on 2 or 3 shows for Survivor. He almost won. And he's an amazing man. And so maybe you're interested in those things. You go to his Wikipedia page for whatever reason, and if you scroll down, you will find maybe a mention of his skepticism, because he is a skeptic. He was on Skepticologist, and you'll see a picture, and I'm surprising my friend Paulina over here with the camera, that she took this picture at Skeptical many years ago. He's holding the JREF pig, and it also mentions Skeptical. And the caption will say, Yaman Chan and JREF Pegasus after lecture of SkepticalCon in the date. And you can see that the JREF link is a live link, which would go to the JREF page. And by the way, when I mouse over a link on my Chromebook, it's going to give you a little window. Yours might not do that, so don't panic. So this is an example of how you get beyond the choir, because somebody could not be looking at all for anything that has to do with skepticism. They might be just a fan of the show, or maybe of table tennis, and all of a sudden, what's this JREF thing? Maybe one more example. This is one of the first pages I ever rewrote. And, oopsie, okay. One of the first pages I ever did, and this is, we've been doing this 4 years, and I was brand new, and I've made a lot of mistakes. I've learned as I've gone. Anybody recognize this man?
Smoking man.
Smoking man from the Cancer Man. I don't know how many of you know, he is a skeptic. And he's often speaking at different skeptic conferences. So maybe somebody who's into the X-Files would look into the Wikipedia page for William B. Davis and stumble across the skepticism and go, what the heck is that? And be able to click on the links to all these different people. Barry Beyerstein, Committee for Skeptical Inquirer, Richard Dawkins, CSI, CON, too bad Barry Carr's not here, you can see I'm doing plugs for him. Center for Inquiry Canada, different kinds of things that will bring people to the skeptical movement, you know, slyly. This is kind of a mole-like way of doing it. So, you're going to be doing an assignment 2 on our GSoW project. This is called, we call it author link. And again, it's something I kind of made up. What I want to do first is I want to introduce my team to you. I have several editors here today. This is Jim. Jim, he's in San Jose. We have Steve right here, who uses a totally different name on the internet. There's Tim Farley right here, whatstheharm.net. And where's Mike? Oh, there you are, way in the back, Mike Jarsulik, way back there from Chicago. And they're going to be helping you. All right? So the first thing I'm going to show you, and pardon me if you already know this, but an awful lot of people don't know this. And I want to make sure you have this down. This might be the most important thing you learn at TAM, the most useful thing you learn at TAM, is you're going to use keyboard, photo of our computer keyboard, let's make it a computer, is we're going to use this, whoa, what the heck is that? You're going to use your laptop to find a couple things. We're going to, this is a tool we use constantly. I'm not a tool. If you have a MacBook, I want you to find your command key. If you have an Apple product, if you have a PC, you're going to use your control key. That's this one right here in the corner. I guess that's the one over here. I can't see it that good. But on the bottom corner. And we use the control F all the time when you're editing Wikipedia. That's the find, or and if you have a Mac, it's Command F. So you don't have to admit if you don't know this already, because it's something that most people don't know, and we use it continuously. And it looks like this. So I'm going to pull up a page, and I'm going to type in a word. I'm going to hit Control Find. You'll see a little box comes up here. It might appear someplace totally different on your computer. And then you put a word in there. let's say it's, I don't know. I couldn't spell supercalifragilistic. I could do, let's just put GSoW. And it doesn't matter if it's a capital, well, it's got 52 uses of it. Everywhere that GSoW is listed in this book, in this blog, you'll see it is highlighted. I can tap on this button here on the side and it'll turn orange. You see how it's changing to find the next reference to GSoW? I could put any kind of thing in here. I could put symbols. I could put activist, activist, and you can see how it's got 8 references to activist, and it goes through here, and you can see that. That's Alt find or Command find. I just want to make sure you have that down. When you're editing a Wikipedia page, today, you're only to edit using the edit button here at the top. See this edit up here? When you have more skill, yes sir?
Where is that on iPads?
I don't know, I'll have somebody give me, he has an iPad question.
There's some
Tim?
There's some little dots up here at the top that holds you up.
Does anybody else have
drop-down
iPads?
menu.
Yeah.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
it automatically defaults to a mobile version of the site. Scroll to the very bottom in desktop.
Oh, I'm sorry. I'm
You scroll to the very bottom of the page and it should say desktop.
You might be on Safari.
You guys want to help them out if you don't have stuff? Questions? Here's an expert here. Reed will come around. Hold up your hand, Reed or somebody will come around and they'll help you.
Do you know how to search? I do.
So for the moment,
On Chrome.
you're only going to be editing from the top of the screen, the edit button in the top. Every Wikipedia page has these edit tabs all through the page. See, it's here under early life. Here it is for career. You're not to edit from there while you're training today. When you get better at this, you can edit wherever you want. But today, I want you only to edit from this top part. My instructions will make no sense whatsoever if you try to hit the wrong edit on the page. I promise you, you will not break the internet today. You can do that later when you get home. Okay? Anybody not with me? Okay, so looks scary. Okay, I'm going to make an edit right here in front of you. Here we go. I can put this up higher. Break something? Just so I can see what I'm doing better. Okay, so I'm going to the Committee for Skeptical Inquiry. I'm going to use the Control Find, Control F or Command F. The little box pops up. I'm going to type in this word that I've already prearranged that I'm going to use this. I'm going to do this edit. Typing this word. See how it started to come up here to this? This is a hyperlink to this man's page. I'm going to mouse on it so you can see that it starts to come up to the guy's Wikipedia page. Yes?
You're going to have to articulate what you're doing because I'm not sure how many people can see.
You maybe make the screen, just the font bigger, zoom in.
It's very bright in here, so that might be
Oh,
an
yeah,
issue.
no problem. Somebody can help out.
Just, give us give us the names.
How about that?
And tell them
Bigger?
Can bigger?
Is that better?
That's better.
How about that? Is that better? I hope so. You can come up and look at the screen. I'm sorry. We'll do one more. Control X plus. Thank you for that. See how it says it right here? So you don't actually have to know what that says, I guess. It's just some, I can't pronounce it. So what I'm going to do is it says H dot in this man's last name. I know his real name starts with an H, but it's actually H-O-S-U-R. So I'm going to make an edit right in front of you, and I'm going to change this page. Now watch how this works. So eyes up here. as best you can. I'm going to the top of the page. And I'm scrolling for a while because the page is so big and I don't have a home screen thing in. I'm going to this edit right here at the top of the page. It says edit. I'm clicking on it. Okay, now I'm in code. This is the code that I'm going to be changing. It's scary looking. There's all sorts of brackets and symbols and letters and slashes and W's and cite things. It's very frightening to a lot of people who are, you know, if you don't do code normally. I'm going to use Control Find again. The box is opening up here at the very top, over here. I'll circle it. And my computer is opening up there. I'm typing in the same word that I typed in a few minutes ago. I'm going to click over here to find it. And there it is. Right at the top of the page, it's got a little orange thing. We okay, everybody? No? Okay? So all I'm going to do is I'm going to mouse over here. If you read your paperwork, the little paper that I gave you, you'll see that those double brackets mean hyperlink. It means change the words to blue so that you can go to another page on Wikipedia. That's what these double brackets mean. So all I'm going to do is I'm going to type in, I'm going to fill out his first name, H-O-S-U-R. All I'm doing is adding 4 letters. And then I'm going to scroll down here. At the bottom of the page, it says Edit Summary. Right there. See I'm mousing over it? There's a box. There's a long box. Also down here, at the bottom, it says Show Preview. Everybody okay? This is just, I'm not making the edit live. I'm going to hit the preview button to make sure I did it right. So I'm going to click on the Show Preview button. And now it's going to be live. Well, not live, but it's going to look right. So I'm going to hit Control F again. The man's name is still up in my search box. I'm going to hit so that it comes up, and you can see that now his name is spelled correctly. It's no longer H. dot. It's his full name. And it's blue. And it's correct. I did it right. Now I'm going to scroll back down to the edit screen. Because the page is really big right now, it's kind of hard for you to see this probably. Yeah, that there's 2 pages. There's one that's, here's down here. I'm going to keep going down. Now I'm at this bottom of the page that says Edit Summary, Show Preview, Save Page. I'm going to type in this box the reason why I'm changing the page. I could write, Donald Duck wears yellow shorts. I could type in, my name is Susan. I could type in whatever I want, but we want you to type in the reason why you're editing the page. So I'm going to say, corrected name. Or something like that. So far, okay? Okay, I have a yes. I have 1 yes.
Yeah.
Okay, 2 yeses. Now I'm going to hit Save Page. It's saved. If anybody goes to the Committee for Skeptical Inquirer Wikipedia page this moment, you will see a live page, a live edit that we corrected right in front of your eyes. It's just that easy.
You didn't click the, this is a minor change?
No, because I'm going to make this as basic for you guys as possible. You'll figure out all this stuff on your own as you explore how to edit. I'm going to do just the basics. Everybody okay so far?
Yes.
Yes.
When I've made a number of minor changes, and it's like insert comma, fix some. Is there a template or a guideline of phrases we should use, or do we just say?
Oh, he's asking about the edit summary box, what to write in there, like when you're making a minor edit?
Fix punctuation.
No, there is no specific thing that I know of that you should write in the box. Just write what you're doing. I'm fixing a comma. I'm adding a space. I'm correcting a spelling error. Whatever. It's actually 3, not 4. I don't care. Just put something in the box. So far, so good. Okay, now I've saved the page. Congratulations. I've just changed the internet. I've just changed Wikipedia. I've made things better. May not be amazing. Jim, oh, he's asking a question. Can I get somebody over here? Or do you have a question or you just need help? Okay, somebody who knows what they're doing over here to him, please.
Okay, I actually have a question.
Sure.
On your thing here, it says for these hyperlinks, when they're just in the square brackets, you have to have the name as it shows up in the actual Wikipedia article. So it was H dot in the hoser. How did it work before? Because if you go to that page, it was hoser. I mean, I thought it looked to me from the description that it had to say exactly what
Right.
was in the Wikipedia.
He's asking, why did it link when it was H dot Hosier? And maybe we'll have an answer for that. Let's look and see. I hadn't thought about that. It's a redirect, so if we click on this, I'm going to click on his link. Now let's click on his link, and what we should see is the page is not in good shape. It needs to have some tags.
Well, right, but the thing is, how did the link work before if it didn't say H dot?
So somebody, whoever wrote this Wikipedia page, probably put a redirect that means that if you just typed in H dot in that last name, it would go to that page. Just like if you type in the James Randi Educational Foundation, it'll go to the JREF page, JREF. Or if you type in JREF, it'll go to the James Randi Educational Wikipedia page. So they made it either type this or type this, it'll go to the same page. That's a great question. Okay?
But you didn't have to.
I didn't have to do anything. I just practiced this before you guys got here, so I knew it worked. But I didn't think of why it would work. That's a good question. Okay, so now we're going to do what you're going to be doing. We're going to do something called author link. I don't know if that's what it's really called. That's what I call it. And this is exercise 2, and what you're guys going to be doing live in a few minutes. So I'm going to show you the James Randi page, because he's cool. He's a cool guy. Here's the James Randi page. It's the Wikipedia page for James Randi. I'm going to go all the way down to the bottom of the citations. I'm scrolling down, because the font's really large. It's kind of a long ways down for me, so don't get dizzy. You might not want to look at the screen right at the moment. It's kind of dizzy. No. Scrolling. We can sing a little song.
You don't have page down?
I don't have page down. It's a Chromebook. So if I have it, I haven't found it. Besides, I'm showing you guys how awesome this page is. Okay, so if we go down here, citation 120. If you guys go on your own laptops to James Randi, you're going to go to citation 120. I'm not going to change this page. I'm only going to show you what you're going to be doing. Golly, look at this. I am dizzy. If I fall off the stage, sorry. Somebody will have to take over. Somebody will have to take over. Okay, citation 120. I could have used find, Control F, and just typed in the numbers 120, and it would have gone right here. But, So you will see an author link to DJ Grothy. If I hold my mouse on it, you can see that it's correctly linking to DJ Grothy's page. This is an author link. If I mouse over Jerry Coyne, you can see that it's going to Jerry Coyne's Wikipedia page. If I look at citation number 69, scrolling, you will see a hyperlink to Swoopy from Skepticality, and you'll see a hyperlink to Derek Colanduno from Skepticality. These are author links. What is another way of giving exposure to our skeptical peoples? It's just creating a hyperlink in the citation. Most Wikipedia editors don't know about this, or they don't think about it, don't think it's important, don't care. Some people love doing it. But in GSoW, in your second lesson, this is what you're required to do, because you're going to be making a simple edit. It's going to change, and it kind of gets rid of that terror of people trying to edit for the first time, and it makes a difference to the Wikipedia page, improves the overall exposure of our editors. So does everybody have kind of okay with this? You understand we're making a hyperlink in the citations at the bottom of a Wikipedia page. Anybody have any questions of that? That's what you're going to do. I'm going to show you how. I'm going to give you the page, and you're going to do it. Okay? Nobody looks scared. Nobody's thinking. I'm going to make one for you right now. Here we go. I'm not editing his page. I'm going to edit the page of one of my dear friends, the Loch Ness Monster. The reason why I'm editing the page for the Loch Ness Monster, I struggled to put together 100 edits for you guys. And since it doesn't look like there's 100 of you guys in here, you're probably going to get to do double duty. The reason why I picked the Loch Ness Monster page, okay, take it, is because it's locked. See this little lock symbol up here in the corner of the page? That means that a person who doesn't have a history editing Wikipedia or who's editing anonymously, like you all are going to be doing, can't edit this page. This means it's probably had vandalism done on it. Usually the locks are on there for a very temporary amount of time, but in this, I don't know. I don't need to explain it to you. Scientology, Mormonism, atheism, lots of people who just recently died. There's locks on the page because we don't want just trolls coming in and vandalizing them.
Now, I don't have a lock on mine.
On the Loch Ness Monster page?
Yeah.
Okay, pretend there's one there. It doesn't. It only means that it's locked. Don't worry about it. Okay, so what we're going to do is first I'm going to do is I'm going to show you the edit I'm going to make.
Yeah.
Oh, he's got a Wikipedia account.
Okay.
Okay, so don't worry about it. It's just I just want to show you. So I'm going to use Control Find. The little box comes up. I'm going to type in the word Radford because this is the edit I'm going to make. And it should come up citation 66. See that? Right here, down here. Comes up and hyperlinks to Ben Radford. It is not a live hyperlink. I'm going to make it a live hyperlink before your eyes, like that. I turn you all into magicians. So now I want to go to the top of the page. You see what I'm going to do? I'm going to the top of the page. I'm going to go to the top of the edit button at the top of the page. You're not to click on any edits anywhere else on the page or this will not work. Now I'm doing it. I can do this. Okay, edit. I'm clicking on the edit screen. See, it says it's been semi-protected. So only certain people can do it. This is the code I'm about to change, and you're going to be changing it too. Not the Loch Ness Monster, but you're going to be changing a date in a minute. I'm going to go to Control Find, because you can see, I don't want to scroll through this darn thing looking for the word Radford. I might be here for 15 minutes. So I'm going to use Control Find, or Command Find. I'm going to hit this little arrow over here to tell it to do its duty and find the word Radford. Do you see the word Radford is highlighted? If you look at your papers, if you read this paper beforehand, you should kind of have an idea of what we're going to do. So we're going to add an author link to this citation, and then we're going to make it live, and this will change the code on this page to hyperlink to Ben Radford, this Wikipedia page. I'm going to, I just want to point out one thing to you, and this is something that confused me for weeks, is there is a bar right here. Do you see this bar right next to the word Radford? We use it a lot in editing Wikipedia. It's just a straight line. I couldn't figure out where it was on my computer for a long time, so I used to copy the little line and I'd paste it wherever I needed it, because that's how I do things. I want to point it out on your laptop. If you look, it's under the backspace key. And it's like you have to hit shift, that thing. It's just a straight line. Yeah, it depends on your keyboard layout, so you might want to take a look at that. So this exists somewhere on your computer.
On Mac, it's underneath the delete.
Underneath the delete key on your Mac.
On US keyboards.
On US keyboard. He's typing in Japanese. And this works in every language, trust me. Everything we're doing is, you just have to type it. You have to type the word off the link in another language. Okay, so nobody's lost? I'm going to type after the word Radford. I'm going to add a bar. See? I added a bar. I'm going to type in author link. Now, if I spell it right.
Yeah, I was going to say.
Equals. Ben Radford. It would probably work if it was Benjamin Radford, because he's probably got it redirect on his page, so whether I typed Ben Radford or Benjamin Radford, it would come up. So far okay? I don't think author link has to be capitalized. It's fine if it's capitalized or non-capitalized. So I just added, so now there's a bar. The word author link equals Ben Radford, other bar. See? Okay? See this? That's all I've added. And it's just like I've written on these papers. I'm going to go to the bottom of the page. Here. I'm going to hit show preview, because I want to make sure I did it right. I might have misspelled the word author link. This is Sunday after TAM after all, and I don't know about you, but I haven't had a lot of sleep. So I'm going to hit control find again. See how many times we use this darn thing? And I'm going to hit the little arrow, and it's going to go, and it's going to tell me that Ben Radford is on citation 66, and it is a hyperlink. Everybody okay? I'm not getting any feedback because you're scared me. I'm going to go down.
Concentration, Susan.
Concentration. I'm going to go back down to the edit screen. I just keep scrolling down and scrolling. And scrolling. And there is the edit where I just made. I'm going to go down a little bit further. I'm typing in the little summary box, whatever you want to write, but it should say something like, I'm changing the heading. So I'm going to just write adding author link. And that doesn't matter, it's not that big a deal, whatever you write. Sometimes I just write the number 3 or something in there just because I'm just strange. And then I'm going to hit save page. And if anybody goes to the Loch Ness Monster page right now, you will see that the Ben Radford page is correctly hyperlinked. And I'm going to hit the word next up here at the top, and now you can see citation 66 has a hyperlink to Ben Radford. Changing the world!
So, thank you very much. So this is only if you already has a page.
Right, you can only add an author link, good point, to someone who has a Wikipedia page. Okay, we're about to start. The only thing I want to point out is something that's going to be confusing to some of you guys, so I'm just going to point this out really quick, is that some people do not have a Wikipedia page that you would think normally would, okay, here let me show you. Some people, like Sharon Hill, have more than one Sharon Hills on Wikipedia. So we can't hyperlink to Sharon Hill because you will not get the Sharon Hill you think you're getting, because there is a Sharon Hill, Pennsylvania. There is a Sharon Hill Regional Rail Station. There's a Sharon Hill Route 102. She told me she's been to these places. And there's a Sharon A. Hill, a geologist, science writer, and speaker. So when we hyperlink to her, we have to make sure that we're hyperlinking to Sharon A. Hill and not Sharon Hill. The easiest way to know if what you should be hyperlinking to, and if it's spelled correctly, is to actually go to the Wikipedia page. This is her Wikipedia page. We wrote this. GSoW wrote this, by the way. And copy her name. And that way you can just paste it in when you're editing the author link. Because you can see her Wikipedia page is not Sharon Hill, it's Sharon A. Hill. But if you want to find Sharon Hill, and you're just Googling along and you want to edit Wikipedia, and read Wikipedia, if you typed in Sharon Hill, you would get her page. Because I think, because of a redirect, I hope. Maybe not. Maybe you'd have to, maybe you get that page that would say, yeah, you wouldn't, never mind. Sorry. Sharon, you would have to, it would give you the page where you'd have to click on the geologists and stuff. There's other ones I'm going to point out really quickly. Here's another one. You guys all know Penn and Teller? Okay. Penn and Teller. Here's Teller. Teller has his own Wikipedia page. If you go to Teller, you hyperlink to Teller. Is my mic all set well?
Your mic is on.
Yeah, right. I'm a mom.
Are you gonna try to edit?
Well, now that I'm going to show you a few snapshots of the room and the people editing during the workshop part of this. These photos were taken by Paulina Mejia, and these show just basically what the room looked like. You can see the age groups we're talking about here, and it's a pretty mixed crowd. I think we had about 70 people in there in total. We think we made about 35 edits. I don't know how many of those were edited by the same person over and over with the author links, because anybody who was signed in as anonymous all came in under the same IP address, which was that of the hotel. But there was a few people in the audience who had actually had a Wikipedia account, so those edits came up with their username. Very fun doing this. I would love to continue doing these kinds of things in the future. Hands-on training is really what I'm the best at, and I think that customizing to the person you're speaking to makes the most sense when you're actually training someone. And I had an absolute blast. I would love to do this again. We were giving out high fives to people in the audience. There was a lot of people very thrilled that they were making their first Wikipedia edits, doing something that they did not think that they would be able to do. So come join us next time.
Go to your house. Everybody change the world? Can I get a Mwahahahaahhaha? You guys are great. Okay, so you've done today more than probably most people have ever done in their lives helping out the cause. This is awesome. So how are we doing on time? We're almost done. Okay. Did anybody break anything? Okay, we learned a few things. Author link should be lowercase.
So what he's doing here is, okay, so his reference.
All right, so the last thing at the moment I want you to do is we're going to just, for fun, you're going to go to a stat page, and on here, at the very bottom where it says notes, you'll see stat tool. So you obviously are going to have to type that in because I don't have a hyperlink, because paper doesn't hyperlink real well. I was going to put a QR, but then I thought I'd have to explain how to use a QR. So you're going to go to stat tool, and you're going to look up the pages that you edited. Now mine says my internet's not working. Let's see. I have this bookmark because in GSoW we use this all the time. When you're in skepticism, this tells you everything. Please. It's on this paper. At the bottom where it says notes, I wrote the word stat tool. I'm loading it right now. It's gotten warm in here, huh? It's all you guys sweating. Oh, you guys are all using the internet at once. It's like, it's taking forever. Okay, so this is lesson 2. Most people, when they're training with me, I tell them, here's a video on how to do this. Here's instructions on how to do this. Go do this on 3 pages. And they struggle at home and they figure it out. You guys will figure it out. You find your own page. You find your own edits. You make your own edits. Not text me, but they'll email me and we'll go back and forth. Trust me, what you've just done today is a little, but you're going to run into all kinds of roadblocks. It happens all the time. You're looking for first equals bar, last equals bar, author link equals the name bar. That's all you're looking for. Take out the tape. So, is everybody at stat tool? I don't seem to be on the internet anymore. Either it's... I thought it was hooked up to the internet. Somebody come help me with my Wi-Fi. Oh. Okay, stat tools. We use this all the time in GSoW. I have a page I can pull up to explain it. But you go to stat tools. Somebody has a question here. One of you guys. of help. Help, 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 help. Says I'm connected? Why is it not connected? Did we break the internet? Who did it? Which you guys did?
My fault, I broke it.
You're sorry? Nose in the corner. Nose in the corner. Till you learn better. Slow?
Close some of the tabs and then reload it.
Okay, so Tim's coming up. He's going to show us. Okay.
I'm still getting 13. No.
Yeah,
Putting it on 47,000 times
We just lose. Searching for Wi-Fi networks looks like it's lost some.
Okay, Tim's going to pull it up so you guys can see it. This is a great, fun tool. It takes about 24 hours before you will see the views change to real time because it'll say the date. Is everybody kind of on this? It's a graph of how much fame something has. And when I say fame, it could be infamous, it could be popularity, whatever you want to do. This is how many times this person has been Googled or this name or whatever. This is how many times they've been Googled, and then somebody Google. When I say Google, I mean any search engine you want. And then one of the first hyperlinks you get is to Wikipedia page. You click on the Wikipedia page, and then all of a sudden, next thing you know, you're at the Wikipedia page. You look at it, and it's showing you how popular this page is. So this is a great way of finding out how amazing something is on the internet. You got it? Okay, can you make the font really big? Okay, type James Randi. I'm going to go to James Randi because he's cool. Go.
Some of you actually did some James Randi.
Yeah. Now this is the stats. See these little bars? If you mouse over them, you'll see how many views he's had. Look at that. 3,000 views a couple days ago. See how that chart went up like that, that bell? That's because we're all here at the James Randi Educational Foundation. I bet several of you and more have looked at the James Randi page in the last few days. As he's in the news, for good or ill or other, people are going to go and look at the edits, look at the Wikipedia page. We can't tell how long somebody's on the Wikipedia page. We can't tell how much they've read. But we do know that people are going to these pages. Every time somebody's in the news, these pages go up. This is why this editing Wikipedia is important. It says, the one it's on right now is July 18th, and it says 2,841 views. That is July 18th. What did I say? 18th? 19th. Okay, so it takes about 24 hours for this to actually show up the stats. You can also look down here on the bottom. It has, see where it says English? You can change it to other languages. And GSoW edits in all sorts of languages, so we do this in all kinds of things. Here's German. Here's James Randi in German. How many views he's had in German. So if you look, if you mouse over this, how many is that? 102 people looked at his German Wikipedia page yesterday. This guy's, so you can see he's been going to other pages. And the words you type in that search bar has to be exact. So remember we said teller, parentheses, magician, close parentheses. It has to be exact to go right to the Wikipedia page. So I usually go to the Wikipedia page and Steve, it's a question back.
Are those real people or could those also be bots?
They could be anything, any Wikipedia page. We just rewrote.
No.
As far as visits, are those imprints, is that one person hitting refresh 108 times? Is it a spider or something like that?
I have no idea, but I think that's how many times the page has been
It
viewed.
includes bots.
It does include bots.
It doesn't
Yeah, it'll include any.
regularity on some pages.
Yeah, it's all we have. It is what it is. Hey, Brian,
You
thanks for
will
joining us.
see, like, what was the webpage for Sylvia Brown when she died?
When she died, oh, yeah, put in Sylvia Brown. And then there's, ooh, yeah, oh, that's scary. Yeah.
Are we anonymous when we're editing?
You are not logged in, you're
Yeah,
anonymous.
there were a couple of you who had logged in, and it will show that in your edit history.
Which I'm not going to explain to you right now because I don't want to scare anybody anymore. When did Sylvia Brown die? Who pulled up somebody pull up the Wikipedia page for Sylvia Brown?
But it does log your IP address.
Tell
Yeah,
me what day,
your
when
IP.
did she die? What year and month? Somebody look. November 2013. So see how he's pulled up in here this little box with all the years and the months? It's kind of weird the way they did it. So the first thing you see is the year. So 2013, 11 would be November. He clicks on it and he's in English. Let's see, what do you guys think? Look at that, now look at that.
So there was like absolutely nothing.
659 the day before she died. The day she hit 70,111. Do you think this is powerful?
Donald Trump's a fun one.
Donald Trump? But look at that. You see how it tailored down. Try, can you do Westboro Baptist or somebody look up Westboro Baptist? I know what day Fred Phelps died. Look up Fred Phelps. We were here on this. This was one of my most proudest moments. Well, no, I've had a lot. No, Fred Phelps on Wikipedia. There he goes. March 2014. So see, Tim does it a different way. He's got a different. So he's going to type in here Fred Phelps.
March 24th.
He's going to look for 2014, March, and we were on this page, and we rewrote his son's page, Nathan Phelps, and we published it the day we found out that he was in the hospice. 127,000 views when this got to the media. So damn it, we better be on his page, and we were. We were on it all over. GSoW had gone in and linked to Nathan Phelps, who's one of us, all over his page. So every person who went to Fred Phelps' page, and you can see there's a lot, we're getting these, we're looking at it and reading it through, and they got these references to Nathan Phelps. Type in Nathan Phelps right there. Same day, same month. Look at that. So Nathan Phelps, what was he getting before this? Before his father died.
2,400.
No, before he died.
Go to the left a few more.
Go to the left, like
Further.
More.
Oh, like here.
He was getting 100 views a day. When he announced his father was in hospice, the page views went up, and then a couple days later, his father died, and Nathan Phelps, one of us, had a beautifully written Wikipedia page because of GSoW, and he personally got almost 14,000 views for a couple days because we were there. So,
now, there's a couple of other things that I think Susan has done that's really clever, too. Why don't we go to homeopathy?
homeopathy.
This is one of my favorite success stories. Well, yeah, not the traffic, just the regular webpage.
I don't know what he's going to say. So.
No, she has no idea. I'm surprising her.
Have you
So-
put my name in homeopathy?
No, I have not put your name in homeopathy. However, it's relatively well known that when people go to Wikipedia, they only read this first segment,
The lead.
the lead. And one of the things that Guerrilla Skepticism on Wikipedia has done,
Well, it might not have been us. It might have been one of the regular
I think
editors.
this one was one of yours, the quackery and sham.
See the words quackery? See the word sham? Somebody's going home and they're saying, some guy at work just told me about this homeopathy stuff. It's that natural stuff. It sounds cool. You know, I've heard of it. It's been around since how long? It was 1700s or something like that. Sounds cool. But, you know, I'm going to go look it up on the internet. They type in the word homeopathy. They get the Wikipedia page for homeopathy. They go to the lead because that's what they're going to read. And guess what? They found it as a sham.
And
it's
that's the
quack.
more advanced stuff that if you're...
This is very hard to get that on that page. It's probably spent
That's
months.
what I was going to say. One of the reasons that's up there is because you've got lots of citations, references. So
And this was a war. If you look at the talk page, which I'm not going to explain to you right now, if you look on there, you'll see that it was absolutely a work in progress. Most people who are on Wikipedia that are non-us, they are not able to really keep these links up on Wikipedia. When they try to change it, sorry, they don't follow the rules, they're out of here. So we don't have problems with vandalism too much. The only vandalism we really experience are other skeptics who think they're funny, and they go in and they change like Sylvia Brown's page or John Edwards' page to say something mean. and we have to go in and we have to change it. Or a troll that comes in and says some nasty thing. But usually the edit's only up there for seconds. Look on homeopathy on stats, really quick. Is this important? What do you guys guess? Guess, quick. How many views a month on homeopathy for last month? For the month we just passed, what is this, July? So for June, how many hits? Wow, I got a lot. I have no idea. I think it's closer to 100,000.
So does that mean it's 400?
It got 41,266 views last month. So
Not as many as before. Maybe,
Yeah.
maybe the word sham and crackery.
maybe it's gotten out that homeopathy is crap. I don't know.
So there was a spike there over on the left.
Yeah, could have been. We don't know why. It was in the news. Maybe there was Homeopathy Awareness Month somewhere. We don't know. And this is in all languages. So we've got it in different languages. So you're only looking at the English views. Chupacabra, that gets over 100,000 views a month. Some of them get like 50 views a month. It depends on the page. But this is a way of telling how famous something is, how in the news something is. So if you look at this and they're not getting any views, then they're probably more or less obsolete. They're not in the news anymore. So that means we've done a good job. So I think we're at 5:30, right? Are we done?
Almost.
So any questions? And like I said, I'll stay and hang out. Question? That's okay. Under contributions, if he's looked at the tab up there by the edit under your username or whatever, he's clicked on it. It says contributions. The plus is in one letter. Is I think in green. That's how many characters you've added. If it's in red, it's how many you've taken away. It's a character count. Because of the word author, the bar, the word author equals the name that you typed in there is how many characters you put in. Other questions? You guys you're on? Or are you just asleep? Okay? So, have you changed the world? You guys gonna go do something? Let's go do something. Thank you guys for coming in. This is the first time we've ever tried to do anything like this. In fact, as far as I know, this is the first time it's ever been tried of this kind.